Ron Square, it's been a great year so far for Array BioPharma, mostly due to that deal you signed for your melanoma drug with Novartis. That deal has only recently been cemented, so why don't you walk me through it again?
Greg, it's good to be here. Thank you, and it has been a good year. First of all, I'd say the agreement with Novartis is related to a product called binimetinib and another molecule called encorafenib. And while there is certainly work going on, pivotal trials which will lead to registrations in melanoma, we actually believe these drugs are widely active and ultimately will be used in diseases like lung cancer, thyroid cancer, ovarian, and potentially even others. We did have a long and very good partnership with Novartis, but we have, through our agreement, gotten the rights to binimetinib back and in addition acquired the rights to encorafenib, a second drug that we plan to combine with binimetinib in a number of different potential diseases. The first combination registration trial is in a form of melanoma, so that is correct, BRAF melanoma, and we think that the combination of those two drugs has some important advantages over other therapies, mainly that it'll be better tolerated and hence patients may be able to stay on those drugs longer.
Can you talk about the timeline for the phase 3 trial for binimetinib?
Right, so we expect to actually file the first indication for binimetinib in this coming year. And then we expect to file not just a new indication, not just for binimetinib, but for the other drug, encorafenib, in the year following. There's also a third indication in ovarian cancer, which will be for binimetinib alone. And this is only one of two drugs that we expect to file on that timeline. We have a second MEK inhibitor called selumetinib. Selumetinib, we believe, will also be filed initially in the coming year, and in the following year, we'll see additional indications. One of those is in lung cancer. As I mentioned earlier, we feel these drugs are broadly active, and lung cancer alone could be a billion-dollar opportunity. That's a partnership with AstraZeneca.
And you received, I think it was $85 million from Novartis with regard to that deal. Will that money be enough to get you from a clinical company to a commercial company? Talk about the burn rate.
So we did receive cash as part of the deal, but also a commitment for the clinical trials, those pivotal trials, and a number of other trials to be paid for. And so there was also the elimination of some historic financial commitments. So a big net improvement in cash to us with many of the expenses related to binimetinib and encorafenib covered. So our financial position is strong. And we do believe, in addition to the cash we have on hand, that we're in a good position to get where we need to be, given that we expect to have two drugs filed just in the next year.
And certainly there's been a lot of froth, I guess you could call it, in the biotech market. People are saying, well, it's coming down now because it went up way too far, too fast. What's your view of valuations right now from a guy who's running a company whose stock really has taken off this year?
So, I think as within any industry, there's going to be winners and losers. There is some speculation on some early technology, but that technology is very exciting. The science has really evolved to a point where we're creating real value in the biotech industry. But there will be winners and losers. We think where Array is different is you're not talking about very, very early data with minimum human or clinical results. You're talking about a very robust program that's been in many clinical trials, now in a total of 6 registration trials across our wholly owned binimetinib and encorafenib and our partnered selumetinib. So we think that not only is there a solid rationale for today's value, but there's a great deal of catalyst coming up that could make the future look very bright for Array.
All right, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching The Street.